Cool.
My wife is sick of me driving. Wherever we drive, it's one of my jobs. Well, I started doing that again now that I know that all these buildings in the middle of Newcastle, they've got the Cundall, one of our jobs. So you keep that. You keep that. We were heavily into multidisciplinary engineering. We believed that was the way forward, and not many people were doing it to the extent that we wanted to. So we saw that as a good reason to kickstart a practice. So, negotiations went on, and eventually, 1st of July, 76, there we were on our own. 5 of us with about 12 staff, I think, including clerks and whatever. That was in the bottom of a recession. And we thought if we can survive this, we'll be okay. 1977 was a deeper recession. We thought if we can survive this, we'll do okay. And in fact, I think because what we brought to the market was popular, the practice really took off in relative terms, relative to 12 staff. And so the practice was born. And here you are. The whole practice was partner driven. I say the money was important. Of course, it was important. Any business, but it wasn't the guiding light by which the practice operated. The important thing was to do a good job, but it was important you did a good job and made a profit too. But it wasn't. We had no shareholders to keep happy. Decisions in the practice were made. Only 5 of us sitting around a table, and we may well, indeed we did. We argued quite a lot about what we were going to do, what X, Y, and Z, and how different facets of the practice were going. We argued quite a lot, but we always came up with a common solution. That's what we're going to do, and there's never any question of anyone deviating from that. We were, and I loved that. All for one and one for all, if you like. Yes, you have to make money, and you can go to the far end of everything. But if you're spending too much time doing a job inefficiently, then you lose money, and the practice won't survive. And we seemed to get that right. It did survive, but that's the cornerstone on which any business runs. I'm not sure that we knew that when we started. We were just 5 very keen people who wanted to get on and design things. Having got the commission to do quite a lot of refurbishment on Fleet Street, and later the new printing works, we assured the Daily Telegraph that we could do this we could do this from the Newcastle office. We didn't need to have a London office. It wasn't important. And they said, no, we think you should come down. And we said, no, we can do it from Newcastle. They said, eventually they said, do you want this job? We said, we'll have a London office. And that was Blackfriars Lane, where we're going for lunch today. That was a huge sea change once that happened. But it meant that we lost a centralised operation, because we then had, about the same time, Bernard Johnson started to increase his time in Edinburgh. Rick obviously came down here, and Laurie came down here. So David Gandy and I were the two of the founders, and Jeff Cundall were left in Newcastle. So then partners meetings became, we couldn't just say, we used to pop out all over the place. We'd have dinner in town somewhere. When there are only 5 of you can go anywhere and talk easily. But then when journeys started to get away, it had to be more organised. We always had to have minutes, to do things properly. So that was, by then, I don't think we ever thought about, are we going to be successful? Even at the beginning, we were pretty sure that what we had was good. But once this opened, it was, we could continue as long as there was a market there for what we were offering. The success was what made us realise that we were doing okay. There were a couple of occasions when we were approached to be taken over by other partnerships, and it clearly wasn't for us. We were far too arrogant to be taken over by someone else and work for someone else. if the current partners, or let's say the partners who were here 25 years ago when I left, if they'd continued doing what I did at the beginning, or even at the end, you wouldn't have all of this. But I suspect, like anything else, if you're good and you become an engineer, you'll be a very good engineer. It encourages people to be analytical, all the things that we are, painful sometimes. But so I think be very sure you know what you're getting into. I don't think any of us individually have a proud moment. Actually, I don't know the answer to that. With what we did. So we were just proud of everything that happened.